Well, everybody knows what time it is. It's like 5:18, and that's our new daylight savings time here on the West Coast. Coming at you live, the WooF Ditty live Facebook from WooF Driver, Facebook Live, WooF Driver, and I'm WooF Ditty. I'm changing my name to Wild WooF Ditty. This hair keeps going crazy. Wild WooF Ditty. And we're here almost every night to bring a little chat box to you about the dogs and music and the love of all that kind of thing, especially the dogs. That's what it's all about. WooF Driver here, coming at you live. WooF Ditty in his behalf and his husky pack. That's right. The 4 huskies, the adventuresome ones, who does all kinds of excursions and things with his dogs like we've never seen before. Kind of interesting stuff to check out. And I want to shout out to Barbara Kurtman tonight, who is doing her own live performances about her deals of what she likes to talk about on the chat, live Facebook. And a lot of it is talking about how to be with yourself and how to let go of your stress and anxiety, things like that, and converting that to how you have a relationship with your canines and felines and things of that nature. And she's quite intense and interesting about what she has to say. And what I find, it's the same thing here. It's interesting maybe to listen to somebody else rap on about things that you're interested, the subject matter, for example, and then, you might go off on a tangent about something that's just important about life to you. The only people we really need to get to see talk about stuff are the people that are in the media. They're either movie stars, superstars, politicians, whoever, and listen to their The normal person, until Facebook Live came along here, could just post stuff and make comments. Now we can have our own little get together. And those of you who want to join in and listen to each other and share ideas and values and things of that nature, well then, and here we are. What I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and get on here where you guys are, in order to put some website information down, should we need to do that as we go through this evening, where all this stuff is coming to you. Still gathering my audience, but those of you that haven't been here before, if you take a peek at this website here, All Dog Network, kind of says it all. .com, alldognetwork.com. What that is, that's the WooF Driver's main page right now, is for production of all our chats and things that we have with all our different hosts. Kind of interesting. All Dog Network. Hello, Deborah Trainer. How are you doing this evening? Good. Good. So it's all good. Maria Isabel. Wow. From Tennessee. All right. That's one of my hometowns, Nashville. Went to high school there. Graduated there. Started playing guitar there. All these kinds of things. We'll go ahead and get our pretty music going here tonight. So we have some ambience in the background here to listen to, just to keep us calm, keep our pooches calm. And these are called WooF Dreams, little soundscape tracks for ourselves and the pooches to relax our minds. Anyway, what I was speaking of Barbara Kurtman, who used to be working with us talking about some psychic readings with the dogs and about the animals and stuff in a spiritual way, so to speak, where we all connect, was talking today. I watched her live video. I caught it on Facebook. I was just happened to be looking at it. There she is live on her own deal, on her own channel, and talking about anxiety and how you let go of stress and stuff. And, I noticed that she was saying, and I'll explain my point, just let go. And these things cross your mind about people, things, pictures you see, postings you see, get you aggravated or your pet peeve or whatever, just let go. And she says it enough times where, it's easy for somebody to say something like stop smoking. Oh, okay, I'll stop. It's not as easy as it sounds when people are giving you advice and telling you how to do things and what to do. But the bottom line is it's all in your own head of how to do these things. So I thought, wow, watching her, because I know her enough through our interactions on the show since last June. Hello from North Carolina, Mary Jo. How you doing? And Barbara was saying, just let go of stress and anxiety and see if you feel different about things by just letting go. Like, forget about it. Forget about it. And it works. For how long, I don't know, but you got to keep doing it. So anyway, just listen to somebody else say it, no matter who they are, whether they're an authoritarian, the president, the police chief, or the baseball coach, or just your neighbor, your friend, or somebody. It's just one of those things that helps us all. So when y'all are getting together with me here on this thing on behalf of the Wolf Driver, who is yearning always throughout his whole career of attending to his beautiful huskies and all his activities and his adventures and how he thinks life should be as a martial artist, black belt, and how to live your life in the right spirit of things and all that, it's good stuff because it's all positive. And so if you let it rub off on you, don't feel envious and jealous and pointing fingers and judging people about what they're saying. If it's positive for you and you can, the shoe fits, wear it, then wear it. You're only helping yourself. You're not hurting anybody else. And you're only hurting yourself by not doing it. So it's all good. So I wanted to commend Barbara for her thoughts today because it stuck with me. The first time I was listening to her, I go, hello from northeastern Wisconsin, Lynette. Good to see you. I have an aunt who lives in there in the Milwaukee area. But anyway, just let it sink in, and you're walking around after a few hours of hearing something like that, and it's still in your mind. You're visualizing her saying, "Hey, you got some stress? Just let go of it. Anxiety, let go of it. You'll get through the day. Everything's fine. It's not the end of the world." I try to stay. I like it. So we're all good. So alldognetwork.com is where you see all this stuff we're doing, talking about. Tonight, we're just going to spend some time on a Sunday evening here. I know there's football still going on with the Packers and all that kind of thing that people are probably watching the games. But then that's cool. It's that time of year. It's going to be flooded with that. We got through the World Series. And the dogs, didn't really know the difference about the games. I was talking to Buster the other day about it. We were watching the game together. I said, "You see that quarterback up there, what he just did?" He kind of, huh? He's an exercise guy. I just took him out on his bike springer for his mile point. We did a mile point 1.7, and it's getting a little dark now, and he enjoyed that. He didn't get a ride this morning because we were busy, so he really needed that. He was just ticky-tacky. He is full of this energy that he needed to do his run. And again, those of you that are not familiar with the bike springer, okay, the bike springer is on, you can look this up here. Now I'm not trying to sell this stuff for anybody's sake, but our own personal to use. If you need Wolf Tracks store, my big commerce, had to come up with something that nobody else had, .com, in order to market our stuff here. If I could spell commerce right, would help. There it is. And there's just an array, not a huge array, but an array nonetheless, of very specialty items that we all need and use for our dogs. Harnesses, special leashes, special collars, the bike springer, if you're going to run your dog that has so much energy it's hard to walk them. I love listening to your soothing and informative live feeds. Thank you, Lynette. Appreciate that. I know certain people, I'm certain people that are annoyed by what we're doing here, and they look at the shirt and I got the same shirt on every night. Yeah, and I keep them clean too. I keep my dog clean too. I keep everything clean as I can, just part of the deal. So anyway, those that you appreciate talking about this stuff with the dogs and music and listening to this just relaxing and having some fun. And you never know what you're gonna hear that is something you haven't heard before. Just like when I read stuff and hear stuff, same thing, and I share it if it seems important, of how to have solutions for things with your dogs, especially.
Woof dreams.
Woof dreams. So what were we doing when the Woof driver decided, say, let's produce some soundscape mellow tracks? Hey, Justin, there you are up in New York. Think about that wedding anymore? Or just too much? I can understand it. If you were out here, it'd be different, I'm sure. Love to do it, though. But what I was saying about the... lost my train of thought. Somebody pops up on here and I recognize them. I can lose my train of thought. But the things we share together on here about solutions, I got to get back to you, man. Cool. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. But when it comes to solutions, like things that you have with your pups and your pooches, you can't resolve. There are training issues, behavior issues. There's, food issues, allergy issues. There's, whatever, behavior, temperament, whatever. Shedding, I don't know. There's just thousands of things you can think of. And when we start to think about stuff, that maybe that other people are having the same kind of common issues with, we just start talking about it and lead by example.
Woof dreams.
What I mean by that is, y'all can chat with each other on here as well. You can contact each other on Facebook. You're all on Facebook, so obviously your pictures are there, so you can message everybody after the thing's over here and talk about, oh, gee, I have a so-and-so, and I had this issue, and where can you get this, and where can you get that? And like the other day, somebody wanted those Sacco carts that the Woof driver runs around with the dogs and does his adventures are quite elaborate. I was interested in it. Well, there's ways we can put you in touch with the people that build those, and there's others on the internet you can find. Where's Buster? Buster is in with Mama, and they're cooking up some dinner together. He's in there chilling with her. He kind of lies on the kitchen floor, very cool, in the corner by the table, out of the way, and looks up at you like, I wonder if there's going to be any left over for me. And tonight he'll actually get something. I'm making a little spaghetti with some meat sauce, the hamburger bolognese, and they're chunks, so he'll get some of that. And he eats the red sauce too. It's organic. And pasta, probably not, but I brought him home some omelet today from the breakfast and some hash browns, and not a lot. But I come in with a little cart and he sniffs and he knows it's going to be for him, which is kind of cool. Yeah, he's a good boy. Everything in moderation. I don't think he can hurt anything. So that's what we're doing with that. And so tonight, there's so many things we can get back into, and I post these sites so you can see. Now, I know that Deborah, who's on now, I think she ordered one of these shirts already. I checked with the Woof driver earlier. He said he did acknowledge and see the order. So I'd imagine that's going on. I'm going to be calling him in a while here. It's 3 hours later there. So I can let her, he'll let you know. But I'm sure he'll get to that tomorrow if he hasn't already sent it out. Because he's pretty much Johnny on the spot. And so we're always learning stuff about our dogs and, how to take care of them better and things like that. We're talking, Mary Jo can't watch, keeps buffering hard to keep up with. Okay, Mary Jo, if it keeps buffering, I'm good here. I don't have a weak signal. I don't have comment. I have a live. Everybody's on. So I would just log off yours and log back on. Try that. Sunday night, a lot of people on doing this stuff live, and it's going to get worse as far as how many people are going to be taking up the bandwidth from Facebook. So we try to moderate our time on here so we don't get shoved around and they don't look at us and go like we're hogging the show. Because we want to be available more often than not. So we started looking at, we've been doing a lot of purebred ditties. Woof Ditty, the reason we grabbed that name is because, since we started June, we try to talk about a breed almost every night, or not every single night, but we were for a while. Thank you, Mary Jo. And write a little song ditty about that particular dog breed and play and have fun with the lyrics and make some silly stuff up as we go. Minute and a half, 2 minutes at the most. And some nights we just don't do that. We do other things. There's so many other things to talk about and do. A bunch of different subject matter and interesting statistics and things about dogs and which dogs are this, which dogs are that, what's the order of the dogs that are most expensive, that are most popular, they're healthiest, that are best for senior citizens. I mean, it goes on and on. We've done these different chats, which you can see on alldognetwork.com. They're all recorded. But tonight, and then we started talking about, well, other than purebreds, let's talk about hybrids, hybrid dogs. And I thought, well, maybe tonight we'll discuss even further than that. Let's just talk about the basic mutt. A mutt. Now, if I wanted to really put Buster, my dog, who we have done the DNA, and those of you that are not privy, or, you know, that word means anyway, I don't even know why I use it, are not familiar with getting your dog's DNA done, I'm going to put something right here. And this is where you go to get this done. And this is a division of Mars Candies, believe it or not. Mars Candy, it's called Mars Veterinary. And what that means is the Mars Corporation owns this website I just posted, dog DNA testing, wisdompanel.com. There's the whole deal there. And yes, and right, Deborah, I got it. Confused. I'm sorry. Anyway, you get if you sign up for it and get it done, they send you a swab kit, a little long Q-tip thing. You get the swab of his DNA off the inside of their jaw, and then you put in a sanitary thing there. You seal it, and you send it back in the mail, and then it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, say. And you sign up and buy it just like you do on Amazon. Anything, you pay for it, and there's a discount on it right now, or at least there was. Then you get the whole deal, exactly what your dog is, and the computer algorithms are huge. I mean, this is the real deal. They own the patent, Mars, on DNA dog canine testing. They own it. No one else is doing it. There was another company when I first did Buster that I had do it, and I never got it back, and I wondered why. Well, they were in an injunction in the court because they were violating the patent rights, and they didn't even know it. The small company in Knoxville, Tennessee. So they're gone. So everything they were doing at that time got shipped over to Mars, and they finished it up for all the clients that already paid for it and reimbursed them and did it. They didn't charge them again. So I finally got mine from Mars about Buster. And it turns out if you want to define, either a hybrid, purebred, or whatever the case, then you have to find out exactly what's in their genes. Well, in this case, for Buster, my dog, he was 50% and 50% cane corso, which is like an Italian Mastiff, big, strong, bulldog-looking guy, boxer-looking, very strong, massive, muscle-bound, and a German Shepherd, just like you see. Okay, there's the thing, and it's third generation grandparents. Then it goes down to grandparents and parents, and in both of the case, it was 50-50, but which makes him a hybrid. Okay, he's a mixed breed. But at the same time, there were traces of, small percentages of, 5 other breeds. For example, there was 13.5%.
WooF dreams.
That's substantial. I mean, that's a fourth of 50% of a Kerry Blue Terrier in there. Then 7.86% of an American Bulldog in there. 6.22% of a Belgian Malinois, and a 6.09% of a Neapolitan Mastiff, which is similar to an Italian Mastiff in a way. and then 4.28 cents of a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, which has got the little white thing on his chest, which he has, and he's got his face look. Staffordshire Bull Terrier. We actually did a show, a Wolf Ditty show, on American Bulldog, the Belgian, the Stratford. But anyway, so collectively, there's another 36% in there, mixed in with the 50/50s of the purebred, that I told you, the Shepherd and the Cane Corso, that are mutts. So it makes him a little bit of a mutt because of that spread out of the possible breeds in his genes, in his DNA. Hi, Kim. Good to see you. So that's a hybrid or a mutt. And when you define a mutt, you're talking about, how do I explain it? I mean, they come in all shapes and sizes. And if you find exactly what your dog's mix is, you can do it by getting the canine DNA test. So, just for argument's sake, let's look at a few mutt photos. Okay, these are just mutts. You know, I mean, you see dogs like this every day. And, you know, they look like they're part purebreds, and they are, but they've got other things in them. Let's look at some of these. There. Little Rascal's dog, Spot. I mean, it just goes on and on. There's so many that are just going to be all kinds of different colors and shapes. And it just goes on and on. It's pretty interesting stuff. They say that mutts are the best, whatever that means. I mean, I think they're all the best. So, we can talk about that till the cows come home. And then when you talk about the hybrid dogs, are more specific into, like, they're two purebreds pretty much together. There's so many hybrid dogs because you can mix any breed together. So now, I'm doing well, thank you very much. This interesting statistic, probably people don't, from Waldorf. Francis, hello, good to see you from Maryland. You talk about dogs biting, because people are afraid of dogs biting, of course they are, especially young kids, well, anybody would be. But it's estimated that 4.7 million dog bites occur in the U.S. each year. That's a lot. And about over 750,000 of them, about 800,000 of them require medical attention. And the other 3.9 are never reported. The majority of the dog stats are based on the police, hospital, or animal control reports. In reality, most actual dog bites go unreported. And I'm sure there's a lot of reasons for that. Therefore, those stats are a very inaccurate comparison.
Wolf dreams.
Most of the stats come from people that have had the experience or know someone that have had ties to the involvement one way or the other. Stats are the dogs that have actually nipped, bitten, or attacked a human, not dogs fighting with other dogs. And if you're breaking up a dog fight, that bite wasn't counted either. Here's some just interesting figures, just something to talk about for a minute here. Dog bites counted in the order from the most to the least in the breed. German Shepherd, 674. Chihuahua, 423. I can see that. Labrador, 318. 20 pounds or under, 285. Medium, 20 to 50 pounds, 231. American Pit Bull Terrier, reputation 208, Dachshund 204. Okay, so it's not the terrier's problem. The Dachshund, I mean, he's a little wiener dog. He's got as many bites. Jack Russell Terrier 203, Rottweiler 194, Shih Tzu 167. Mixed large breeds, a Border Collie 158, Yorkshire Terrier 156, American Cocker Spaniel 153, Golden Retriever 148, Boxer 119, Australian Cattle Dog, Blue Heeler they call him 114, a Chow Chow 112, Doberman Pinscher 112, Labrador Retriever Mix 108, Siberian Husky 100, German Shepherd Mix 98, Toy Poodle 98. Big old German Shepherd Mix and a little Poodle got the same number of bites statistic poll. And this goes on and on all the way down to the least number, which is, under 10. You got just different breeds: Bull Boxer, Bearded Collie, Australian Kelpie, Old English Bulldog 7, Siberian Retriever 7. The least, with the least bites, they're saying is this is interesting, 2 bites, 1 bite. Dog with 1 bite, a beagle. I mean, it's tons of Basset Hound. So you've got all these different statistics on which dogs bite more than others. Poodles and St. Bernards. That's funny. So you got dogs that bite anywhere from 674 bite told down to 1 bite. Border Collie's doing pretty good here on the bottom with 1 bite. And a lot of the mixes. So there's just so many statistics. Mary's still buffering. I don't know what to tell you. To log on and log off Facebook entirely. Something's going on back there with your server or for your internet, your Wi-Fi. These are just more statistics that we're finding. Interesting stuff. Because you just never know when that's going to happen, the biting event. I mean, I can tell you a story when I was little that really scared me about dogs. Okay, and I remember now, because where we lived at the time when I was like, 4th grade, whatever, there weren't a lot of dogs around. I can't remember any dogs even in the neighborhood, anybody walking dogs, you know what I mean? And where we were, it was kind of like suburbia, but it was a lot of bricks and mortar houses, a lot of big yards and stuff, streets and traffic. But we went over to one of the aunts' house one night, an old great aunt kind of thing. My parents said, "Hey, we're going to go." Wow, that is funny. We're going to go over for dinner. Aunt Vera is going to have us over for dinner. It was a cold, cold winter night. It was in St. Louis before we moved to Tennessee. And it was snowing and all that. And back there where a lot of you are from back that kind of weather, you wear leggings and you wear overalls and you wear boots and galoshes, whatever you want to call them, and your cap. It's freezing. It's like 20 degrees out and it's snowing. It's wet and rainy. So I had my pants on, like probably a pair of jeans or something, and then I had my over leggings on, which are, that material is like a fly jacket, the fur you used to wear as kids. And we ring the doorbell and we go in, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this little dog, it was a little terrier kind of dog, you know what they are. I could find a picture of one. Jumps up on my side, right on my hip, on the side of my hip, and bites. And they got those sharp little teeth. It went through the leggings, through my jeans, through underwear. And I also had long underwear on, that thick stuff, into my skin. Okay, there's still a scar there, and it hurt really bad, really bad. This is where he hit it on the bone there. Okay. Well, I screamed, I went crazy, and I was scared to death because it came out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't even know they had a dog. I'd never been over there before. They didn't restrain a dog. They probably didn't think the dog was going to do anything. And here's maybe the first little person that's ever been in that apartment. Could be the case. They used to seeing adults a lot taller. Who knows? Or it could have been the hat I had on. You know, it could have been anything. You know, you don't know what it was, but I got bit immediately, and it was bleeding, and it hurt, and blah, blah, blah. So we immediately left. Now, there's the unreported biting, okay? I mean, thank God the dog didn't have anything, you know? Didn't even think about that. And I was screaming, you know, I remember, man, it hurt. It hurts. Never forget that. Well, from then on, guess what? I'm afraid of dogs. Now, unfortunately, my parents didn't really, more I can remember about it, didn't address that with me. You know, they didn't sit me down and go, you know, it was just like it just happened, and okay, sorry about that. I mean, they weren't mean, but they didn't know what to do, I guess. And little boy taking his space. There you go. I mean, I just walked in the door, in the vestibule. Just didn't do, hey, hi, boom. So we, not to say less, we didn't stay for dinner. I wasn't about to stay around there. So that was it. They apologized and all that, so we went home. But my point is, that fear that was left about dogs in general was just there. I mean, I was a little kid, didn't know what to do. Parents didn't probably handle it the way they might have known how to do it. They didn't know what to do, or how to sit me down and talk to me or whatever. But that's just the point I'm making about the biting statistics. So you just have to be careful. You don't know what you're going to run into. And just, like my dad said, keep your eyes peeled. They're peeled. I peel them every day. It's all good, though. But Francis, you're exactly right. That's the reason that happened. And that makes total sense. So I just wanted to share that with you because that, you know, people have had this experience and you have fear because you don't know, you know, and your fear makes it worse, obviously, when you're in front of an animal. Show your fear, you're more vulnerable. We know that, I think. So that's that story for tonight. How about them apples? But I love my Buster. We love our Buster. He's a good boy. I haven't had any problems with him. And he's a joyous boy. Needs that exercise, I'll tell you right now. You know, if there's one thing, that's probably the most important things. Protecting his people. Yeah. Just doing his job. No fault of his own, but he wasn't probably trained. You know, they probably didn't. Again, back in those days, you know, we're old. He didn't have the same kind of cognizance to things. He didn't know you, right? All that makes common sense, and now that I think about it, well, they should have given that some forethought. Hey, there's some people coming over, little boy coming over, and they've been here before. You know, I should have my dog on a leash and introduce him correctly and see what happens, rather than let him just run in there and jump up on him, and not only jump up on him and lick him, but bite him in the wrong place. So there we go with that. It's all good. And so this week, coming up here, we're going to get back into some ditties, of course, and you know, talk about some more hybrids and the things that are happening. I was suggesting that because one of our trainers, one of our trainers who was on our show, hi Mimi, coming on late, it's good to see you. I came on early, actually. Thanks for joining. I'm seeing your recipes on there, man, and I'm gaining weight just looking at them. I don't like that. Don't quit making them, please. Some of the things we're learning as we go is just really cool stuff. And the behavioral training that one of the fellows was doing it, just got home from work. I bet you're glad of that. You have a responsible, demanding job, I understand. My daughter works in a hospital, in the children's hospital up in Long Beach, and it's very demanding. Gotta eat, go eat, because I'm gonna hang up here in a minute and go eat myself. A little Caesar salad, a little spaghetti bolognese, a little extra Parmesan. That's what I'm talking about. Simple, oh yeah. And but what was I saying about what we learned and the behavior? So Dean was on. He's on sabbatical right now with the Wolf Driver show, but there's no reason we can't talk about behavioral things as he was. You know, I mean, if he's a professional and claims to be an expert and all that after 15 years, he has a great deal of experience to warrant, you know, being able to talk about and solve and have solutions for our things, just like the dog whisperer and the other fellow that's on there, and so Caesar. And when you watch that stuff and kind of learn from it and understand the simple thinking that goes on, like I said, to me it's like a card trick. You know, you watch a guy do a card trick, and go, how the heck he do that? Man, that can't be. And he shows you the trick. It's easy now. So it's just like that. You got to learn the methods and have the patience. And I've been working on the barking thing with Buster. He barks at everything, kind of thing. You know, you can smell somebody, all that kind of thing. And sure enough, it works. Drill, practice, rehearse consistently. No yelling and screaming. The right commands. You know, they're stubborn. Some are stubborn than others. I mean, Wolf Driver tells me the Huskies, as far as when they were trained, as he trained each of and he's had 2 that have passed at least. There's 4 now. That training them they're stubborn. They're stubborn Huskies. And it takes time. He has to complete. He has to keep doing it. Yes, Sam. Yeah, how you doing tonight? Oh, man, looking fresh. Sean. Yeah. Well, after watching the football game and people getting clobbered, I get fresh. But thank you for the comment. But, you know, so the training part works if you know the method. So you look stuff up and you can figure it out. And then you start reading and you go, oh, that makes sense. Let's try that. And you try it. And then there's options if that doesn't work or you haven't given it enough time. But you get on a regimen just like anything else, like an eating diet, you know, what you can eat right. Eating a chicken wrap with lettuce, tomato. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that sounds so healthy. Yes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start doing stuff like that, you know, sharing, if you like, how you've trained your dog to stop, you know, running around or barking at everything or jumping up on people. The things that are the hardest to train. And how to make them less stubborn and more listen and give the command and have them obey. So good, you know, Ben. My mouth's watering now. So all these little elements of how we take care of our dogs, and you know, I mean, I don't know who I'm talking to out here, as you guys are watching this fool up here with his shirt on. Like, who is this guy? Woof Ditty. Great ideas. Thank you. Share them, because all of a sudden you go, I didn't think of that. Let me try that with my dog. Well, maybe that's something your dog will respond to immediately and be the way that you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He's like listening, quiet. He's not barking anymore. Because I've done the same thing over and over and tell him it's not acceptable. And you have to stay on it. What I made for lunch today. Lunch, dinner, breakfast, to me that sounds like a winner. So
Wolf Dreams.
That's the way I've been trying it. And you know, we just have the next day. And on the next day we wake up and we go, okay, when that situation arises, whatever it may be, let me work on it for a few minutes. Let me take the time. If I can be around, I'll make time to be around. You know, folks that have excuses. Oh, I just don't have enough time. I can't do it. I was going to do it yesterday, but I blah, 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 blah. Well, I guarantee you make your own priorities. When you're hungry, I guarantee you're going to go eat before you do anything else, if you're that hungry. So, you know, I have family members, always an excuse. Well, did you do this? Did you get that? That was required. Oh, I just didn't have time, you know, I know my car's filthy. I'm going to get it washed tomorrow. 2 weeks later, did you ever get your car washed? No, I didn't have time. So now it's 10 times worse than it was. I mean, I'm just not that way. I'm a get it done person. When the only things I put off is when they can be put off, and it's not a priority. I mean, it's simple thinking. So same with taking care of the pooch. You can let one more day go by and skip exercise, or skip his run, or skip his bath or shower, or his medicine, or whatever. Sweet potato patties, butter brushing. Oh, you're killing me, Mimi. You're killing me. I hope the audience all sees what they're all going to come out to Carolina and have for dinner. I mean, they're going to show up, and it's going to be an abundanza at Mimi's house. Okay, just all got to get our plane tickets together at the same time. I know the Woof driver's been trying to figure out for some time, for several years now, how to have an event on the East Coast, somewhere in Maryland or wherever. Bring it on, I love it. Where we all are in the area close enough and can come down to like almost like a family reunion, like a picnic thing out on one of on the properties that he has there, wide open, and have a band, be playing music, bringing all the dogs and having all that events going on, the free ranging, the lease, lure chasing, the flag, all the stuff that he does right around the Sacco carts, and take adventures with your own dogs and meet the Husky Pack. That's his real dream, the biggest dream. I would come out from California, we would hang out, the band would be there, we'd have incredible food, barbecue, and spend camp out, bring your stuff to camp out in the summer, and come to this place, bring your sleeping bags and a tent, drive in like a Woodstock or whatever you want to call it, and have a dog event and have all kinds of stuff for the dogs, just everything. Have booths, where you have people teaching how to do dog tricks, having contests, having grooming contests, have groomers, have products.
WooF Dreams.
Like a big deal, big dog deal. Is anybody who, that would be a fun day trip, all right. So, suggestions, he's in the Baltimore, Maryland area, but the properties are all around in there, in that area, and can't be that far for a lot of us to get there if you live anywhere near that area, the East Coast, up the East Seaboard. I bet she was. She probably taught you how to make it. It's all good. So we're woof dreaming here on a Sunday evening, just shooting the breeze, logging off now, Lynette. Have a blessed and peaceful evening all. Thank you. We're going to log off and have some dinner as well. And keep in mind how to take care of those little pooches, give them fresh water, fresh food, keep the sleepies out of their eyes, give them lots of love, keep them clean, brushed, healthy, and loving. And it's all good. It's all good. We'll see you tomorrow. And we could have some Maryland crabs. Why not? He'd go all out. And this is something we would be planning now, maybe for the summer. So we got 6 months to really look at something real here. We've thought about it before. It's not the first time, and it's not out of the question. And if we have enough people that would come from nearby demographics. Deborah, have a good night. See ya. Have a good night, Kim. Y'all have a good one. We're going to jump and jam right out of here right now with our little theme song here. And we'll see you all tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Woof Ditty saying good night. The wild Woof Ditty till I hit the barbershop. Okay, y'all be good. We love y'all. Thanks for joining us, and share everything with everybody you can, and get on our Woof's Gang. Join up our group site, Woof's Gang, on Facebook. You would go? Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be too much fun. We get to meet each other. So it's not out of reality. Just got to make it happen. Y'all take care. We'll see you tomorrow.